Hello and welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review.
So we went to the cinema to see a secret screening of a horror movie called Never Let Go, starring Halle Berry, who plays Catwoman, Storm, Jinx,
and loads of others.
Jinx.
James Bond.
Oh, I'll always be a jinx to you.
Oh, from Die Another Day.
You've got it.
Yes, but good James Bond movie. I like it.
But she is looking a bit haggard in this particular movie.
Yes.
But she's meant to be, I assume.
Because it's kind of set, or we assume
from the outset,
it's set in like a post-apocalyptic world. I
of
getting a quiet place kind of vibe from it.
Yeah, but it's also kind of, she's talking about the world has succumbed to this evil, and there's an evil in the forest that is trying to get into their house, hence why they, funnily enough, are tied to ropes.
Yeah, that's the whole premise, is the fact that they can only go as far away from the house as the length of the rope is.
Exactly, and the ropes are tied to like
the foundation of the house.
The foundation of the house into kind of like this bunker type of
box.
Sort of like coffer.
Yeah.
In the floor.
Yeah, they kind of make out it kind of has a special connection to the house.
The spiritual cleansing to keep the evil out.
Yes.
And the ropes are tied up into that.
And that's what keeps them safe.
So they have to go out. So when they're searching for food, they're on the end of a rope and they've got whistles. In fact, I've got one of those whistles. You know, I think you have as well. Ones that are made out of antler.
Oh no.
No, but they're just as well in case the evil comes. But yes, so it's kind of apocalyptic because she tells her two boys that unfortunately the evil has destroyed the rest of the world. The rest of the world.
There is nobody else left. We are the only survivors.
So we kind of feel, we've got that post-apocalyptic setting, not zombies for a change, but some unspoken evil.
Yeah, we do see a couple of different shapes throughout the movie of what it kind of takes the form of people.
And the boys do
creatures.
mention that she saw it as a snake.
Yes.
And she's got a snake tattoo.
And again, very much, for most of it, only she can see it.
Yeah, that's the thing. She can see the evil, but they can't. And we get the impression that obviously her parents succumbed to the evil, and her husband succumbed to the evil, and so she had to kill them, because if the evil gets in the house, if one of them gets infected by the evil, then it will make them kill each other.
I released something evil.
It's a bit of an odd one, because I actually liked the movie.
Yes, I like the movie.
It was a fresh kind of perspective. And the dog. Oh, the dog.
Yeah, it leaves you asking a few questions, because towards the end of it, you're kind of like, is it or isn't it true? Yeah. Is there actually an evil? I don't know.
Well,
because you see things and confrontations occurring between various characters.
You see Halle Berry.
However, the kind of taking Halle Berry's form as like this evil.
Yes, you see her talking to her husband, dead husband, and things like that.
Yeah,
and you see like snakes in the sort of woods.
And this kind of freaky hand monster.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Well, okay, so I have something. So we get the impression that everything is gone in the world, and she's protecting her two boys. But unfortunately, I suppose the main crux situation that we have in this scenario is they're running out of food.
Yeah.
They're running out of food. The winter was bad. It's killed their tomato plants and stuff.
One of the kids breaks an ankle.
Yeah, breaks ankle trying to find food. In fact, his brother kind of purposefully steps. Well, that's one of those things, because he believes he hears his brother say that she loves the mum loves him more than the other. Yeah. And so that makes his brother step on the rope, and that causes the brother to trip, and then he becomes untangled from the rope, and then he falls down and breaks his ankle. Interestingly enough, that one is the one who seems to succumb
to the evil later on.
Who starts to see the evil and everything.
But does he?
So
if it's
from
real,
that point,
I don't know.
From that point, you got to ask yourself: did the boy actually say she loves me more?
Yeah.
Or was it the boy being deceived by the evil, whispering it in his head?
Yeah.
Well, we can chat about that as much as you like, but the fact is...
It's entirely speculatory at this point, because I don't think there is a real definitive answer to it.
Because they're running out of food, so they try all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, they try attaching the ropes together to
make it longer.
But obviously then you don't have as many people going out.
The mum goes out hunting by herself, and almost sort of shoots a crow, and but the evil appears, and it's all like a mother with a snake tongue.
That was a bit weird.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
But then, obviously, the only option they kind of have to face is...
Eating bark before that? Yes, but I was going to say, you're going for the dog bit.
I'm going for the dog. They want to eat Coda.
Good dog. Good dog.
One of the kids, who's obviously very attached to the dog, does not want this to happen. Yeah. And, much against his wishes, she goes to kill the dog in the kind of greenhouse. But he very much rebels to this situation, which results in the death of Halle Berry.
Yes, she sees her mother in the greenhouse and ends up killing herself.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, that's where it goes a bit kind of, because from that point onwards, we actually get a hiker turns up, who you kind of say, is this a real hiker? Or is it the evil presenting as a hiker?
Because they say about it being tricks. And it's at this point that they start seeing other people, isn't it?
This is the point, this is the point where the two brothers start vying off each other.
Yeah.
Because one brother, at this point, is virtually starving.
Yeah.
Whereas the other brother has now scoffed all the hikers' food. So, which is going to make him feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But the one who's starving, he's the one who's really vying that we must stay with the house and protect it from the evil.
That's the thing, because the starving one's the one that shoots the hiker.
Shoots the hiker, who's then his daughter turns up looking for him because he hasn't come back to the car. So
which kind of tricks him into running off into the woods.
Yes, and then he sees evil hand monster
creature,
so,
which would give the impression that this evil thing is actually a real thing. However, later on, it's just. It plays with your head.
Honestly,
the movie plays with your head.
I think it plays with your head, but I honestly think what it is Halle Berry, because she says the world is gone, and the world we know, but at the end of the movie, the world isn't gone because a search and rescue team come in because obviously they've seen the house burning and they come in and rescue the two boys.
We're a rescue team, not assassins.
But then you see the picture of the kid who's gone a bit nutty with the kind of evil hand on his shoulder.
You do? Right, okay, but...
Or is that in his mind?
The way I take... Well, you're seeing the photograph.
Yeah.
Is that a real photograph? I don't know. I think the photograph is kind of... I think that's more of a metaphor for the fact that that boy has now become psychotically... Deranged
like his
mother, and I think that's what we're watching. I think for me it was a case of we start the film thinking that there is something going on, thinking that there is some kind of evil. We're watching a horror movie and there's a horrible spirit or something, but actually it turns out that the mother has got psychological issues. She is seeing all this stuff. It's her mental state that has caused her to kill her parents.
It's kind of imprinting that on the kids
to kill her husband. She's trying to save her children. She's told them that the whole rest of the world has been infected by the evil, which it obviously hasn't. Which kind of gets to that point when you realise that that's the case. She knows that, but they're starving, and she knows she could go and get food from the world, but she's become so psychotic over this. Seeing the evil and protecting and making them, say their whatever the chant was about put their hands on the wood and this old wood will protect us and all that stuff. I think she just has this. She's got mental issues, Yes. She's got mental issues, and unfortunately, I think by the end of the movie, she is imprinted on one of the sons. Yeah, and that image of the photograph is more of a metaphor to say that now he is snapped. I mean, obviously they've both been flown out by a helicopter. He's going to be in the real world. Whether they do a follow-up of this movie, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't
but
think
they're in the real world, so he's got to realise that what his mother was telling him about the rest of the world
is false.
Unless
it's all a big deception.
But the other boy, who was insistent that his mother wasn't telling the truth, did eat the hiker's food, so the hiker's food is real. Yeah. So it's not like evil made up evil, is it? It's real tins of food. So I think that the whole movie actually isn't really about some evil spirit
No.
kind of creature. I actually think it's about somebody who's having a mental cuckoo breakdown.
Yeah.
And obviously that is then imprinted on one of the sons.
I think you've pretty much nailed it on the head right there.
Yeah, but you could argue,
that's just one interpretation. If you disagree with us, please let us know.
You know, but you might want to see that photograph, as you say at the end, as there is an evil.
So in that sense, do you reckon that this movie has lots of rewatchability? Would you watch it again in a different light, perhaps?
Possibly. I think it was a good one-off. It did have some good jumps because, again, of the audience.
Because that was the thing. It was obviously a secret screening we went to.
Yeah.
And I know when the title card came up and it was like, oh, it's a 15, whatever. You were kind of like, oh. Yeah. I thought we were going to go for something like classic horror movie.
Yeah, but I also thought that because when it came up and they said it was 15, I was kind of disappointed because I was thinking, well, if you're going to show something new, maybe you'll go for an 18 or something. Yeah. But saying that, audience reaction, as I was just going to mention, they did get some jump scares out of people.
Especially Tina.
Yeah, Tina came along with us, and she was just going.
That was the best bit. Tina track. If you want to improve any movie, add a Tina track.
Forget 40X. Just have Tina track. And so it worked. And she actually came out from Tina's perspective. She said it was probably one of the best horror movies she'd watched in ages. So it's each of their own. I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I'm going to go straight in there. Let's score this now.
We're going to rate it. Okay.
I shall give it a 6. 6. Okay. 6 is above
average.
Above average. It's an interesting concept.
I tell you what, for the rewatchability, I'm going to give it like a 6.5.
Okay.
6.5.
I mean, there's always going to be that
because it's good. I enjoyed it, and I would watch it again.
But it does leave you with that slight debate about whether or not it.
It's got that discussion there.
Is it an evil? Or is it not?
We can discuss this.
Are we just watching
time and time again?
Are we just watching a woman falling down?
Yeah, it's one of those movies where you don't quite know what's happening.
If you think you do, put it in the comments.
Any theories, wild as you like, please let us know.
Exactly. And while you're at it, why not buy us a coffee?
It would be extremely brilliant of you if you wanted to support us by buying us a coffee. Find all the links in the description below to help us out.
Yeah, thanks for watching this review. We really enjoyed doing it for you, so please tune in. We've got many, many more reviews on the way.
If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions or further reviews you'd like to see.
See you in the next one.